Have you ever felt that your sensitivity is both your greatest gift and your worst curse? Do you feel the emotions of others so intensely that it hurts? And do you notice that manipulative people, especially narcissists, seem to sense you from miles away? According to the great psychologist Carl Jung, this heightened perception is not a weakness, but a sign of rare depth. What if this sensitivity were actually a radar that detects falsehood before everyone else? Today, we will uncover why you may be a rare type of empath that narcissists identify and fear. The sensation of being a magnet for emotionally unavailable or exploitative people is more common than you might imagine. It's as if you carry a light that attracts not just butterflies, but moths desperately seeking that flame to warm themselves, regardless of whether they extinguish it in the process. You give, listen, advise, and by the end of the day, you feel completely drained, as if your vital energy has been sucked away. Have you been through this? That deep exhaustion that isn't physical but of the soul. This dynamic has a name and lies at the center of many toxic relationships. It is the meeting between profound empathy and narcissistic emptiness. The narcissist, with their superficial charm and apparent grandiosity, is a master at identifying sources of supply. They seek validation, admiration, and above all, emotional energy they themselves do not possess. Who is the purest and most abundant source of that energy? The empath. However, what we will explore here goes beyond this basic dynamic. We are talking about a different type of empath. Someone who, perhaps through their own wounds and the search for self-knowledge, has begun to develop an intuitive defense system. Someone whose sensitivity is no longer passive but active. This is where Carl Jung's teachings become a compass. He tells us about the shadow, that part of ourselves and others that is repressed and hidden. What happens when your empathy becomes so sharp that you not only feel superficial emotions, but perceive the shadow behind the narcissist's mask? This changes everything. What you will discover now may surprise you, because perhaps this sensitivity of yours is not an invitation to abuse but your most powerful shield. Stay with me until the end, because we will reveal the 5 clear signs that you are not just an empath, but a rare empath, the kind that narcissists instinctively recognize as a threat to their manipulation games. Understanding these signs is not just about identifying others, but about recognizing the extraordinary power that exists within you and learning to use it to protect yourself and flourish. But how do you know if you fit this profile? How do you differentiate common empathy from this rare and powerful perception? The answer lies in 5 very clear signs that narcissists perceive even before you do. And the first sign is what changes everything. But before revealing this aspect that really makes the difference, I want to create a genuine space for connection between us. The path of self-knowledge can be intense, full of discoveries, and often lonely. Knowing that you are not alone is fundamental. I want to know, what is the greatest challenge you face in this process? Is it about positioning yourself, facing your fear of rejection, or perhaps confronting emotions that seem uncontrollable? What has touched you most so far? Share in the comments your experience. Strengthens our community and can help many people. And if this topic is generating reflection within you, if at some point you felt this message can transform lives, click like. Your support is not just important, it is essential. When you like something, you're telling the world that this conversation is worthwhile, that this content needs to reach more people who, like us, are hungry for clarity. Few have the courage to truly see themselves in the mirror and initiate profound change. If you are part of the group that seeks real self-knowledge and wants exclusive content, subscribe now and secure your place in this adventure. Do not wait for the ideal moment. The only real opportunity is the decision to start. Thank you for sharing your presence here. Now that we are together on this journey, prepare yourself to understand the signs that make you unique and that narcissists recognize instantly. There is a profound difference between being an empath and being a rare empath, and understanding this is the first step toward true transformation in your mindset. Many believe that empathy is simply the ability to absorb emotions around you, as if you were an emotional sponge, feeling everything intensely and often without filter. But when we talk about a rare empath, we enter another level. We are not merely talking about a sensitive person or someone affected by their environment. We are talking about someone who, over time and through decisions made on their journey of self-knowledge, has learned to decipher hidden truth not just in the feelings of others, but also in their own inner processes. Carl Jung brings the concept of individuation precisely to explain this movement of stepping out of the masses, from the shadows of our own consciousness, and beginning to recognize ourselves as unique beings. The rare empath not only feels the subtle vibrations around them, they understand motivations, perceive patterns, and make choices that make them resilient, capable of using their sensitivity as an instrument of healing rather than a source of pain. This transformation begins when you realize you don't need to passively accept everything that comes your way. The rare empath's energy has an impact not only on their own life, but on the dynamics of everything around them. When an average person feels a charged environment, they may become discouraged, enter states of deep sadness, or feel emotional blocks without truly understanding why. The rare empath, on the other hand, begins to see the logic behind emotions, recognizing the difference between what belongs to them and what is merely a projection from the other. They prefer to discover the revelations life brings, interpreting each sensation, pain, or joy as clues to something greater. Instead of getting lost in a sea of feelings, they navigate with tools of self-knowledge, always seeking to understand the workings of the human psyche. This process requires courage, especially to face hidden truth within oneself and take ownership of one's own decisions. Honesty with oneself is essential. There is no more room to hide behind excuses, nor to accept manipulations disguised as affection. The rare empath becomes an expert at detecting subtle changes in the behavior of others, perceiving nuances that protect them from abusive relationships and toxic environments. This is not merely instinct, but the result of conscious effort to evolve, promoting real and profound transformation. That impacts their relationships, emotional health, and their own destiny. The journey of the rare empath is filled with discoveries, where each challenge functions as a portal to a new level of understanding and maturity. It is as if, by recognizing the value of your own sensitivity, you access a silent wisdom and take possession of your true power. Many don't understand this process, thinking it's excessive drama or fragility, but those who have been through it know the positive impact this ability brings to their entire lives. Now I want to go even deeper into this subject, bringing to light the subtleties and mysteries behind this difference. Discovering how to transform your sensitivity into an ally may be the decisive step toward living with authenticity and freedom. Comment there. I choose to understand my own truth. There is a silent, almost invisible capacity that completely differentiates the rare empath from any ordinary person. It's as if their mind operates on a different frequency, picking up signals and implicit messages that almost no one perceives. Carl Jung dedicated much of his career to studying this shadow we hide from others, and often from ourselves. The rare empath feels the hidden side of relationships. They are not simply affected by surface-level emotions, but can see behind the scenes of intentions, the secret motivations that remain veiled even when everything seems calm. From early on, this person perceives a certain strangeness in social encounters. They feel in the other's gaze a discomfort or tension that no one names. A subtle energy, an internal noise, arises when the discourse doesn't match hidden truth. It doesn't depend on explicit words. The very atmosphere changes, and intuition triggers an alert for danger, doubt, or deception. Often the rare empath doesn't exactly understand what's wrong there. They just know something is out of place. And contrary to what common sense preaches, this perception is not exaggerated sensitivity or paranoia. It is a refined radar, the result of a deep journey and a process of individuation that Jung valued as a gateway to true self-knowledge. This sign directly impacts how this person approaches decision-making. Every choice becomes guided not only by logic, but also by the intensity of the signals they pick up. The rare empath protects themselves, filtering who enters their life, and when they perceive someone manipulative, their posture shifts instinctively. Even when the narcissist strives to maintain a flawless image, authenticity and emotional responsibility are incompatible with the facade. The rare empath quickly understands there is a void, an absence of truth, a hidden script in operation. This ability creates a silent transformation in all environments they frequent. The impact is perceptible. Relationships become either deeper or disappear completely. The rare empath begins to shed guilt or fear of judging because they finally understand that their intuition is a protective resource. Sometimes this leads to unexpected distancing, other times to sincere and intense connections where exchange is genuine and open. Nothing is by chance, and this radar for others' shadows functions as a filter, guiding this individual to places and people that truly resonate with their journey. If you have experienced moments of discomfort without clearly understanding why, know that there is a solid explanation behind it. This noise doesn't arise from nothing. It's your sensitivity asking for attention, signaling that there are hidden truths. The rare empath never ignores this call, even when the price is distancing themselves from groups, family, or supposed stability. They seek authenticity and freedom, and each revelation from this radar is part of a deep and individual construction. Now I want to go even deeper into this subject, exploring the transformative power of intuition as a tool for protection and personal evolution. Feeling others' shadows is just the beginning of this journey. If you recognize this ability in your daily life, comment, "I trust my intuition and see beyond appearances." Living as a rare empath brings a collection of learning that goes far beyond mere sensitivity. In the environments they frequent, this person quickly discovers that absorbing the pain and emotions of others without any filter is a straight road to exhaustion. Carl Jung believed that for true transformation to occur, one must recognize one's own vulnerabilities and create a mindset strong enough not to get lost in the collective's emotional distortions. The common empath often finds themselves caught in dilemmas, feeling invaded by feelings of others, to the point of questioning whether any real boundary exists between what is theirs and what belongs to the other. Those who walk the path of self-knowledge develop a different skill, conscious, energetic boundaries, almost invisible but deeply impactful. At first, the tendency is to want to embrace the whole world, believing that a little more presence and love is enough to resolve any conflict. The more you give of yourself, the more you feel a sensation of inexplicable fatigue, a kind of exhaustion that doesn't ease even with rest. This happens because the common empath unknowingly transforms themselves into a container for the pain, frustrations, and anxieties of those around them. The absence of clear decisions about how far to go, how much to give, causes everything to blend and wear to become inevitable. This is the hidden backdrop of intense relationships. When you don't know when to stop, care becomes burden. It is precisely at this point that the turning point occurs. The rare empath understands, often through significant experiences, that firm boundaries are necessary, not just physical, but especially emotional and energetic ones. This attitude is not selfishness, it is maturity. Knowing when to be available and when to withdraw is a matter of survival and evolution. A new confidence in one's own intuition then emerges, an almost automatic discernment of when to say yes and when to say no to certain emotional demands. To the eyes of those who manipulate, especially narcissists, this is incomprehensible and even frustrating. Why can't I affect this person like I used to? The rare empath's mindset is not built overnight. It is the fruit of daily and conscious decisions. There is greater clarity to perceive that wearing yourself down for everyone doesn't make you better. It only distances you from your essence. By establishing energetic boundaries, the impact on well-being is immediate. There is more energy, more clarity, and even more internal space to perceive new revelations about yourself and the world. Relationships become encounters rather than dependencies, because the rare empath has learned to protect what is most valuable, their own vital energy. Now I want to go even deeper into this subject, exploring how the awareness of these limits can open doors to real transformation in all areas of life, including in moments of decision-making. If you have already learned to say no to situations that steal your energy, comment, "I respect myself and have clear boundaries." The presence of a rare empath has an impact that goes far beyond silence or attentive listening. There is an energy that cannot be faked, and this type of person ends up becoming a true mirror of truth in any environment. It's not about judging or exposing others, but simply revealing what is before our eyes. even when everyone wants to ignore it. Carl Jung always highlighted the role of the individuation process in this journey, the moment we are called to face everything we tried to hide from ourselves. The rare empath, by not seeking to please or be accepted at all costs, reflects effortlessly what is unresolved in those who live with them. The first reaction most of the time is attraction. People with narcissistic traits approach precisely this authenticity, as they feel they can absorb or manipulate this intense energy. But soon after come the side effects: the lack of need to please, emotional independence, and the deep gaze of the rare empath begin to destabilize those who prefer to live on the surface. The narcissist cannot bear the silent confrontation, the revelation of their own insecurity and falseness. It's as if they're facing a mirror that allows no lies. This moment, behind the scenes of relationships, transforms the dynamic completely. Those who have experienced this role know how much everything can change in a short time. Authenticity unsettles those accustomed to manipulating, to steering situations for personal benefit. There is no longer that desire to save the other at any cost. On the contrary, the rare empath perceives that they are not responsible for others' wounds. Most curiously, when reflecting that hidden truth, they often receive a negative reaction. Anger, distancing, unexpected criticism. This happens because no one likes being forced to look at their own shadows without being truly prepared. This reflective effect reveals patterns, awakens discomfort, and can be the beginning of profound transformation for all involved in this type of bond. In practice, each conversation becomes a stage for important decisions. The rare empath lives authenticity day by day, choosing to confront discomfort rather than mold themselves to others. Expectations. The impact of this on relationships is so intense that even those willing to manipulate begin to reconsider their own behavior. It's no exaggeration. A sincere look, a firm posture, and the game changes. This is when unprecedented revelations arise, enabling a journey of mutual growth, even if for some distancing becomes inevitable. Now I want to go even deeper into this subject, bringing to light the details about how this mirror effect can transform environments and people from the moment the rare empath takes their place with courage and truth. And if you have felt that your authenticity caused unexpected reactions, comment, "I would rather disturb with my truth than please with a lie." Within the universe of human relationships, there is a manipulative strategy that has almost become a dark art among people with narcissistic profiles: gaslighting. It is the ability to distort another's reality, creating doubts so profound that you begin to question your own memory, your emotions, and even your sanity. Only those who have experienced this manipulation know the devastating impact it generates, as if the hidden truth about yourself were being torn away, undermining each decision and slowly eroding self-confidence. The rare empath, unlike the common one, stands out precisely by developing an almost natural immunity to this game of mental distortion. This doesn't mean they have never fallen into these traps. Most go through a long journey marked by painful experiences and far from comfortable revelations. But after much observation of their own emotions' workings, breaking destructive patterns, and rebuilding their mindset, the rare empath creates such solid internal connection that no one can easily manipulate their sense of reality. Inspired by Carl Jung's concept of individuation, this type of person invests time and energy in understanding vulnerabilities, identifying boundaries, and valuing personal perceptions. This process is transformative. Each challenge faced becomes fuel for more assertive decisions, emotional clarity, and a silent strength that sustains self-care. When a narcissist tries to reverse facts, "That never happened," "You're exaggerating," "You're crazy," the rare empath is unshaken. Internal confidence acts as a shield. They know what they saw, they know what they felt, and they don't negotiate their memory to please anyone. The impact goes beyond romantic or family relationships. It permeates workplaces, friendship circles, and any space where manipulation tries to infiltrate. Not responding to gaslighting means preserving your own story, valuing your own truths, and accepting only what resonates with authenticity. This firm posture ends up repelling manipulations and making mental games impossible, rendering the rare empath invisible to those seeking emotional control over others. This type of immunity is not arrogance, nor blindness to one's own mistakes. It is a constant exercise, of self-connection to differentiate true empathy from emotional surrender. The rare empath delves into relationship dynamics, identifies nuances, and makes conscious choices not to abandon their essence. There is growing respect for one's own boundary, lucidity to perceive when truth is being distorted, and the ability to take a stand, even if this generates necessary discomforts or distancing. This shield is not built overnight. It is the result of a journey of revelations and significant events that polish authenticity from the inside out. Now I want to go even deeper into this subject, showing how strengthening this self-connection contributes to transforming your entire emotional journey. If you have faced manipulation situations and managed to perceive when they were trying to make you doubt yourself, comment, "My internal truth is my shield." There is something extraordinary in the rare empath, an ability that goes far beyond feeling. They transform. This is the point where the journey of self-knowledge, so valued by Carl Jung, reaches a truly revealing stage: emotional alchemy. The rare empath neither flees from intense experiences nor allows themselves to be hijacked by the negative energies of environments and people who cross their path. They perform a kind of inner magic, converting suffering into understanding, anguish into inspiration, and even the deepest pain into fuel for growth and action. Unlike those who remain in the role of victim, this type of sensitivity allies itself with a mindset of constant transformation. Instead of succumbing to the impact of external problems, the rare empath perceives each challenge as raw material, an opportunity to rebuild, learn, and create something valuable. In practice, it means dealing with frustrations, hurts, and even criticism creatively. What was once merely burden becomes insight, and every process of pain is recycled, gaining a purpose that overflows into new ideas, connections, and decisions, aligned with their hidden truth. Those observing from outside often don't understand the mechanics of this movement. It seems that this person overcomes everything with ease, but in reality, they choose to transform each experience into gold for their journey. If they live with narcissists, rare empaths don't enter the game of surface emotions. They see the emptiness and lack of depth in the other, but prefer to invest energy in their own growth. It's impressive how the authenticity of this process ends up revealing old patterns, dismantling manipulations, and creating impact in the social circle. Relationships become higher quality because they are not based solely on passive acceptance, but on true exchange, mutual strengthening, and valuing what is real. This capacity for emotional alchemy represents a true revolution in the way of existing, bringing autonomy, respecting boundaries, and feeding creativity as the maximum expression of being. The rare empath finds power in intense emotions, welcomes both what is light and what hurts, and decides to make this a source of inspiration and transformation. It is a constant process of rebirth, where nothing is wasted and everything can be reframed. By allowing themselves to feel, understand, and choose what to do with each emotion, this person builds a trajectory marked by profound revelations and positive impact on their own decisions. Now I want to go even deeper into this subject, exploring how this internal movement of alchemy can also modify external relationships and generate new perspectives about one's own role in the world. If you have ever felt that you can transform negative emotions into something constructive for your life, comment, "I create transformation from my emotions." There is something instinctive in the relationship between the rare empath and the narcissist, a dynamic marked by immediate attraction and growing discomfort. At first, it seems a powerful connection was made, a connection of impact difficult to explain. It's as if narcissists, even without understanding it rationally, sense the workings of this unique energy. They see brightness, vitality, authenticity, and depth, believing in an almost automatic way that there exists an inexhaustible source of admiration, attention, and emotional response. For someone accustomed to seeking external supply to fill their own void, crossing paths with a rare empath is receiving a promise of power and validation at the highest level. But this charm doesn't last. Carl Jung teaches us that everything that is not integrated, hidden truth, internal shadows, discomfort in the face of self-knowledge, always demands its price. The signs revealed in the rare empath's journey soon transform into a kind of natural block against manipulation games. Authenticity, emotional solidity, energetic boundaries, and the mirror effect generate a series of small revelations that disarm the narcissist's strategies. They quickly perceive they are not facing a common target, nor someone who will tolerate abusive behavior without reaction. If they once saw light, they now feel resistance and understand that their actions don't have the impact they would like. The rare empath doesn't feed illusions because their mindset has already been shaped by their own pain and conscious choices during their journey. Relationships stop being fertile ground for silent manipulation and begin to demand presence, truth, and mutual growth. Those who live only on appearances feel uncomfortable with such depth. The narcissist is confronted by internal emptiness and instead of finding admiration, faces their own inability to feel complete. This process, however subtle, triggers natural distancing. The rare empath becomes immune to attempts at control and manipulation, while the narcissist feels an almost involuntary aversion. When exchange is authentic and based on truth, the impact on surroundings is visible. The rare empath represents everything the narcissist avoids facing: decisions requiring responsibility, bonds challenging social patterns, profound transformations where masks fall and truth emerges as protagonist. This dynamic, beyond revealing intense emotional backstage, shows how much practicing self-awareness is fundamental to protecting one's own light and not allowing it to be drained or distorted. It is a constant movement of revelations, respect for boundaries, and recognition of one's own potentials. Now I want to go even deeper into this subject, because understanding this dynamic helps not only protect your energy, but also make conscious choices and build healthy relationships full of truth and meaning. If you have already perceived this type of reaction in your relationships, comment, "My energy is my priority." Being a rare empath is the result of a journey marked by conscious choices, self-knowledge, and genuine transformation of your mindset. Carl Jung used to say that nothing truly profound is born ready. It is experiences, especially those that cause pain or discomfort, that open space for revelations and real growth. Sometimes it is precisely the impact of difficult encounters with narcissists and manipulators that forces us to look at our own boundaries, revisit the workings of relationships, and make courageous decisions. This process seems challenging, but it is there that lies the power of those who choose not to remain hostage to their own wounds. The rare empath strengthens themselves by abandoning the role of victim and assuming the lead role in their own journey. The sensitivity that once seemed like vulnerability becomes the greatest asset. It is the tool that transforms each pain into learning and each challenge into fuel to grow. By recognizing that their empathy carries constructive potential, this person becomes capable of creating, healing, and positively impacting all environments they frequent. It is no longer about protecting oneself from the world, but about understanding that their energy has value and must be preserved with firm decisions, awareness, and self-respect. Emotional alchemy happens when you accept feeling, understand your emotions, and transform what is heavy into creative strength. Changing your posture toward difficult situations is part of this journey. Each time you decide not to surrender to despair, not to give in to fear or deep sadness, you are practicing a true silent revolution. It's not about being insensitive, but about using everything you feel as building material for a more complete existence. The rare empath learns to read internal signals, filter what truly matters, and leave behind what doesn't nourish. This autonomy creates impact on relationships, protects you from manipulations, and frees space for new revelations about who you are. Over time, boundaries become clear. You no longer accept carrying others' weight, nor allow your limits to be crossed by those living false appearances. Your sensitivity becomes a superpower, capable of transforming environments, inspiring decisions, and strengthening those who choose evolution. Carl Jung said that the shadow must be faced so that the light of consciousness may emerge, and it is precisely in this movement that empathy reveals itself as strength rather than weakness. Now I want to go even deeper into this subject, inviting you to reflect on how your own experiences have contributed to this powerful transformation. If throughout your journey you perceived that you could transform pain into creative strength, comment, "I am an alchemist of my own story." If you've made it this far, I want to thank you for your presence and commitment throughout this journey. Write in the comments, "I embrace my sensitivity with pride. That way I will know who walked with me until the end, and made this moment a true meeting of transformation. If at any moment this content touched you or brought clarity, leave your like as a sign of reciprocity for the connection we created here. This simple action makes the message reach those who are also seeking growth and evolution. And of course, subscribe to the channel to continue exploring this universe of self-knowledge with me. It is your participation that keeps all this alive. And while you're at it, there's a video over there that complements what we discussed today. Click and continue with me over there. See you in the next conversation.